Grady Green published novels for 15 years that almost nobody read. Advances kept shrinking. Print runs kept pace. His agent phones on an ordinary Tuesday to tell him his newest novel just landed on the New York Times list. He wants Abby to hear it first. Abby is driving back from work. He dials. She picks up. And for 90 seconds, those two are the happiest couple in England. Then her tone shifts. Someone is lying in the road ahead of her, face down, motionless. She slows, pulls over, announces she's getting out to check on him. She leaves the line connected. Gravel under her shoes. Wind across the microphone. Her voice drifting, saying words he can't quite catch. Then, nothing. He shouts into a line that's still open with no one on the other end of it. Her car surfaces at the cliff edge. Headlights burning. Driver's side hanging wide. Handbag on the passenger seat. Phone sitting untouched. Whoever she stopped for was never found. 12 months pass, and our widower hasn't moved. Consider the damage that does to a person. Death arrives with paperwork, a service, a stone bearing dates, permission from everybody you know to fall apart and eventually stand again. Abby left him none of it. Her file stays open. He drinks. He watches a cursor blink on an empty screen. Kitty Goldman hauls him in for a talk. She was Abby's godmother as well as his agent, which makes the grief in that room shared. Now she brings an offer. A deceased client willed her a place on a speck of rock off the Scottish coast. Few neighbours, weather and salt air. She urges, bring me back a novel. He accepts immediately, never bothering to ask why she seems certain that Ireland will heal him. Amberley greets outsiders coldly. Sandy McIntyre pilots the ferry, and she tells him the vehicle doesn't board. Cars aren't permitted out there. Full stop. The crossing has the beauty of a warning. Slate water. Cliffs like broken teeth. Rolling past the houses, he clocks a figure at the roadside. Dark hair. A familiar set to her shoulders. Obviously not Abby. He twists around in his seat anyway. First time. Nowhere near the last. Small wrongness begins. Envelopes on his floor at dawn, bearing neither name nor stamp. Inside them, newspaper clippings. Abby's earliest reporting. From when she chased stories others wouldn't touch. Somebody here is sliding his missing wife's byline into that hallway after midnight. Meanwhile, the sightings multiply, down by the shore. Along the ridge, always distant and turned away. He starts bolting the latch. Charles Whittaker has been gone for years, and his cabin remains entirely his. Grady explores it that opening evening, 3 whiskies in, alone in a house he doesn't own, going through drawers, pulling spines from the shelf, and he uncovers pages, a manuscript, unpublished, unsubmitted, unread. He reaches the final sentence by sunrise. There's the problem. Extraordinary work. Sharper than anything he produced across a decade. Its author will never claim it. Not another soul knows the thing exists. Next morning, a writer incapable of managing one paragraph in a year drafts a very careful letter to Kitty. I'm keeping its contents to myself. But hold on to this. Everything up till now paints him the wounded innocent, the reader's ally, the guy owed an explanation. Feeney unlocks a door and reveals exactly what waits behind it. Here's what I've been sitting on. Grady is not your only narrator. A second account runs underneath his. Someone in a therapist's office describing a marriage from within. Composed, precise, requesting zero sympathy. The date on that session falls 7 days before she vanished. That leaves you holding rival versions of a single relationship. His belongs to a husband who lost everything mid-conversation. Hers comes from a wife who had already decided to leave. They don't match. That gap is the whole machine. Feeney widens it until you understand that this pair cannot both be honest. And somebody lied to your face from the opening chapter. She refuses to say which. She hands you the choice and waits. Before you read a page, tell me below, do you trust the husband, or do you believe her?